Kris, I guess you can't have too many goalies in your system. I just thought of getting Connor Ingram and just having him in the system, and in case you need a break.
Yeah, no, it's an insurance policy in case of injuries or whatever happens. But here we feel there's a quality goaltender who has had success in the NHL that if we need to call upon, he can do that. And hopefully we have our two guys and we have confidence in them that this is just an insurance thing. But Stewart and Pix are our goaltenders right now.
Is that something you have to reiterate with them, or they kind of know that, or how do they, when you bring someone new in?
No, I think it's important that they hear that. Hopefully that they feel that was just an insurance and we're not pushing them out. That Connor is just the insurance policy, and we feel that those two are best options, and we're going to go with that.
How are you looking at deploying them this year? Is it more going to be 50-50 split, or have you thought about that?
Yeah, we've thought about that, but we kind of have an outline of games they're going to play and which one backs up. But, right now, Stuart Skinner is our starter and Calvin Pickard is our backup. And whether they play 50-50 or 60-40 or 70-30, it all depends on how well they're doing. And we map it out at the beginning of the season, but we make adjustments as the season goes on. Last year, it was pretty much went according to plan. We didn't change it very much. I think it's important to map it out, but be flexible on changes.
Go ahead,
Has this training camp been a lot different for you than last year? Just because last year you had a more veteran group. This year you have some new guys coming in, younger guys. Is there a lot more evaluation from you?
A lot more evaluation, a lot more teaching, and a lot more optimism, just because you've got these young players that are knocking on the door to make the team and feeling that maybe they're ready today, or certainly maybe they're ready to help us in 3 months or 6 months, or maybe this next year, whatever it is. But it seems like this year we're in a better position on just better prospects that'll be ready to play for the Oilers at some point. So I think it's a little bit different that way. I don't know. I just think everyone else is the mood a little bit different from last year. Last year, I think we were just a little bit disappointed after getting so close on Game 7, and we've been through it before. We know what it's like, and no one feels sorry for us. And we need to be ready through training camp for our first regular season game.
You may have some inexperienced players you're trying to work into your lineup here, in particular in the early goings. What's the balance for you as a coach between, getting guys who are learning ice time, playing them through whatever mistakes are going to come with that, versus the need to get 2 points tonight because you've lost 2 in a row or something like that? There's kind of that push and pull development versus.
Absolutely, it's at the moment, the most important thing is winning hockey games and putting yourselves in a position that you're not always chasing other teams and catching up. But you're looking at what the most important thing is how your team's playing at the end of the season. And you hope that some of these young guys can improve and become significant contributors down the road. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is you give them a little leeway. Of course, there's accountability, and it's just not giving them ice time. But I don't think there's any really charity. Like, they've got to be able to be NHL players to be here. But for them to grow, which we want them to grow, we want them to be significant players, they've got to be able to make some mistakes. We just got to balance how many mistakes they're making.
Last year, a lot of talk was, can you guys get back to the final? And now again, can you get back to the final for a third time? I guess, what does it take to kind of try and, because it's not easy to get there for a third time.
No, everything has to go right. Just if you're playing the playoffs and you have injuries or you hit a hot goaltender or so many factors. Everything's got to go right, but for everything to go right, you got to build and become a good, solid team and be able to win many different ways. And special teams, 5-on-5 play, goaltending, all those things have to fall into place. And throughout the year, as a coaching staff, we're emphasizing what's important, what we need to get better at. I think we've got a great starting point. We've got a great team, a lot of good players that if things go right, we'll have that opportunity. But to say that it's just going to happen is obviously a little delusional. But we feel that we've got a good starting point.
Stan expressed some optimism about contract talks continuing with your side in your camp. He expressed some optimism. How are you feeling about that situation heading towards a regular season here with that still to be done? Where are things at?
Yeah, no, I'm quite confident that something's going to be done. And obviously there's other contracts that are much more important than mine with several players. So now, as we're getting closer to the regular season, things I assume will start to develop a little bit more.